You're listening to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. Here are your hosts, Dave and Aaron. Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. We are a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
This is Dave. We're the two dope dudes at the Dab Bar today.
Yay.
Yeah, we just did some Dabberiskeys and we're feeling great.
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah, dude. Welcome to episode 25. This will be like, this will be released in January. This will be like maybe the first one of the new year, I think. Yeah,
that's
bro.
Cool.
That's cool. So Happy New Year. It's 2024. Yeah, I hope your new year is filled with great opportunities and, prosperity for everybody and some like easy dries in the winter time where you just, it's an easy dry, easy
Bingo.
harvest.
Yeah.
Hell
like
yeah.
that.
And I hope Santa brought you some Christmas hash.
Right?
Yeah, because it's wintertime. You got to have Christmas hash.
Right.
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
How are you doing, man?
What
do you think?
Fantastic.
What do you have to say for the fine folks that listen?
Thanks for listening. You're beautiful people, and I love you all. And thanks for listening.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, everything's good.
Thanks for participating in the contest. Next week we will choose our very favorite comment as far as the flavor of the suppository.
Oh.
And thank you for all the participation I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, thank you. Yep.
yeah, by next week when we announce the winner, we're gonna figure out what the prize is.
Say finger out or
I mean, yeah.
Yep, cropculture.net.
Oh, geez. You want to do plugs real quick and we'll get into it?
Run it up.
Yeah, for sure. You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, with two dope dudes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. Hey, Alexa, play the Elevated News Podcast with two dope dudes. Obviously, the Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like, leave a review. This helps us reach more people. Please, subscribe on your kid's account. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, make an extra one.
Yeah, make an extra one. Subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can find us on this supportdopepeople.com along with links to our other pods and free stickers just by providing your email and address. And you can always email us at the two dope dudes podcast@gmail.com for all your questions or things you want us to talk about. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave, and we're the Two Dope Dudes. We're here to tell you about the Crop Culture Box, where you get a curated selection of quality grow items and seeds to help you plant with a purpose.
Use our code 2DOPEDUDES for $10 off any box, $100 or more for new customers. Get the Goat Holiday Box and check out their selection of seeds too.
That's cropculture.net. Use the code 2DOPEDUDES.
And then Dave?
Yeah, don't forget, use the Two Dope Dudes for $10 off any box. $99 or more for new customers. Also, MrCBDChicago.com.
Heck yeah.
Use the code 2DOPEDUDES for 10% off. Mr. CBD, a great guy, wonderful man, and he does have some pretty decent products over there. You should definitely check it out if you are in need of some CBD in the local area or really anywhere, because
he ships.
He does the shipping.
Yeah, he was in here just a few minutes ago putting together some mail for people from their order yesterday. He's on the ball when he gets that stuff out for sure.
That's right. He's a great dude. Check him out. Support him. Also support us by using the code 2DOPEDUDES at checkout for 10% off. And if you would, check me out Thursday evenings. Peace, love, and cope on YouTube. I like to hang out with my friends, but I also am there if you have any cannabis questions ever, especially on the use side of things. Please ask away.
Yeah.
If you have anybody who is trying to use cannabis medically and you don't know where to start, how to do it, where to go, why to go, please, I will help you with all the W questions: who, what,
Yeah,
when, where, why. But
for sure.
that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, we had a comment yesterday from our friend Dudley asking about the Pachati method, and he
Oh,
was wondering if it would work for motion sickness, like car sickness.
it does help with the nauseousness of it,
Yep.
but I don't know if it fully would help with the. I think people kind of get like a vertigo type thing,
Yeah,
a little.
that may be different.
Yeah, a
I
little more of the head feel. We try. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to trying it out. I
That's
do know some
exactly what I
people
said.
that, especially because no matter what you're using, it would be non-intoxicating,
Hmm.
so you wouldn't get intoxicated from the
Yeah.
use. But I would say trying it is not a bad thing. I
Yep.
actually know some people close to me that are car sick,
Hmm.
and I feel bad for those folks. Some of them actually use cannabis for symptom alleviation, but you can't smoke while you drive. So maybe Pashadi method might be the way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said, I think that it's worth exploring because I know that it does work for some people, and that you had told me that you use it for a very similar things. So
Yep.
it was worth trying.
I would say give that a whirl.
Yeah.
And I think it's a per case thing no matter what. Everything kind of hits all of us a little bit differently, but
Hmm.
I would genuinely say consider using both THC and CBD.
Yeah.
THCA is very good at reducing inflammation as well as CBD is, but is very good at vasodilation and helping kind of flow things to where they need to be. So try both.
Yeah.
See
Try
what
both.
see what you can see what comes out. But I like the
Yeah.
idea a ton.
Yeah. Do it. Do it up. Do it up. Oh yeah. So, first off, there's no interview this week. It's been crazy. Haven't been a lot of things. I haven't caught up on a lot of them, but uh, we can do the comments from the YouTube. We've got some comments.
Hey,
Of course, our good friend Chris at cropculture.net.
love me some Chris.
Yeah, says got to get that on a shirt.
Yeah,
Schwacked. Got to get that on a t-shirt. Another great episode, gentlemen.
yeah, that's awesome. I do say schwacked quite a bit.
Schwacked.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I've
We're,
been.
we're I'm gonna have to make that shirt. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to make Chris one.
Oh, and the Alpinist is one of the
Yes.
most exciting things I've ever. It's a, whew,
Yep.
what a gem of a show.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then mom.
Ah,
Mom.
love mom.
Mom always comments. She's like, I know it helps the algorithm. I was like, yep, yes, it does.
Mom, thank you for trying to help us and the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Chris, also thank you for.
Believing in us and
Yeah.
supporting us in the ways that you do, which is just by, believing in us. And we believe in you. And
Yeah.
we're going to keep supporting you because we believe in you. And Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of New Year, do you know what happened last year?
What's that?
The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation announced that cannabis sales totals for November, which set a new record for in-state resident sales. And I believe they sold the most products, right? Pretty
about it?
sure. Yeah. So I guess it's going up again,
Yeah, that's wow, holy cow.
right?
Yeah. Well,
Equity.
good on keep on selling them their cannabis.
Keep
and I
on selling
recommend
mids.
everybody else get your medical cannabis license and
Grow your own.
Yeah, I think we'll see some reasons here in the near future from some of the other news that we got for today about why it's even better to get your license and grow your own.
I mean,
Well,
I don't.
it's a caregiver thing.
Yeah, I don't think people market it very. I mean, I don't think it's marketed very well. But like, it's growing is actually easier than you think. It can be. Doesn't have to be complicated. You can just be a simple gardener and grow what you need, man. I don't know why people don't do it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
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 Well, good old Illinois. Here's one good thing. One good thing. What they signed into law last year was that they permanently authorized medical cannabis curbside pickup, which is great. Yeah, that's something that we've talked about.
Yeah, it's needed to happen for a long time because it left a lot of places in limbo, and some places had started the program and then took it away and then tried to roll it back out and then took it away again, and it's been tough. And that's the thing with all this constant movement in
Yep.
regulation. It makes it tough for the dispensaries to even have a direct understanding per se of what's going on. So
So I definitely remember that when the curbside first came around, we used to do that all the time, like in the height of the pandemic,
yes,
and then it would go away, and then it would
yes,
be. It's like
yes.
you
It
guys
was,
can't just like start something and then
but
just
it's
like,
hard because again the difference in a company's SOPs and the state's administrative code
yeah,
shows the big holes that are, like present in the thing. And a lot of times if there's no clear set out you can do it,
mm-hmm,
even if I put it in my SOPs that this is what we are doing, it gets kind of gray, and some
yeah,
people just don't want to toe the line, and I partially understand it. I even if you're some monster MSO or whatever that I'm mad at to begin, I don't know that I'm mad, whatever, it just doesn't feel right. But if you're one of those,
well,
like, I even feel bad because it sucks. Like,
the state doesn't even allow an environment where a MSO could even afford to care about the consumer in a way anymore. That's the problem. I think I'm not saying that all MSOs are not evil or all MSOs are evil. I'm saying that we don't even allow them in this state and environment where they can go, hey, man, this is what's right for our medical customers. This is what's right for our medical patients. This is what's right for the people who need their medicine. You know what I mean? But everything's so strict and so, regulated and buddy buddy that you can't even have innovation or even be a place that could hire people that actually care.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad.
yeah. I would love to see progression at least somewhere, and this is progression.
This
This
is
is
this
putting
is
it
one
in
of the good
stone,
things.
something that's very good for the medical patient or the consumer at
In the
least. But
community. Yeah.
yeah, it does very cool
Like I don't
things.
think we're gonna I don't think this is gonna lead to like delivery. I don't think that's gonna
No,
happen. But it's
yeah,
it is a good thing. And as much as we call out the bad things and as quick as we are to call out the bad things, we want to make sure to highlight when something well is happening because, you know, don't
yeah,
want to just be disparaging all
yeah.
the
No,
time.
I ain't about that.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said,
The
I'm
point is, Illinois, do better.
yeah. Hey,
Do
just
better.
just progression, baby, every
Yeah.
day. But the thing, it just takes so long for something to progress. Our mind is changed overnight, but the laws are changed
Right.
next term.
Well, because they're concerned about who makes money where and all that other stuff. I see people in the cannabis space are starting to call for the hemp space to be more taxed and regulated. And it perplexes me that people actually are like, well, that's hurting us now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And so we need to tax them just like us and we need to regulate it just like that. It's like, your product sucks. People are going to a great alternative and getting the same sort of help, and it's cheaper,
And
and they can,
cannabinoids just be cannabinoids,
yeah,
baby.
you know what I mean?
It's yeah, yeah. You can grow quality hemp. You can grow quality whatever. It's cannabinoids be cannabinoids.
Yeah.
When I'm using this thing as a medicine or a alleviant, no matter what we call it, medicine or
Mm-hmm.
recreational or anything, as an alleviant, I will, yeah, just whatever. But bang for your buck makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
The getting the results from the lowest amount of dollar input with the least amount of harm, I think, is a pretty good way to go about it. And there is an alternative a lot of times. I just still like the consider getting a medical license and growing your own because
It's the only protection that they've allowed us, so you should take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
Pretty neat.
pretty neat. So good job, Illinois.
Yeah, little
see.
IDFPR.
Now they did have a regulation bill included a provision that said a dispensing organization may dispense cannabis from a drive-through window of the restricted access area or a curbside pickup location in close proximity to the restricted access area. That would have been cool.
That'd have been all right.
Drive-through would have been okay.
It would have been cool.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
Lines would be long, dude.
Very long.
I'd never do it because it's just like,
yeah.
even going like, yeah, I got to go grab something for, I got to go grab some
A lot of these
PTS
places
oil,
aren't set up to even have a drive-through.
No.
A lot of them are in multi-unit facilities. It just wouldn't even make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we have reported on and we expected, J.B. Pritzker signed into law the Senate Bill 1559, which waives annual licensing fees for existing cannabis transporting organization license holders from January 1st, 2024 through January 1st, 2027, and prohibits the Illinois Department of Agriculture from accepting any new applications for cannabis transporting organization licenses from January 1st, 2023 through January 1st, 2027.
That's cool.
Well,
I know they've been.
it is.
We knew that was kind of
Yeah.
coming, though. I think we've kind of mentioned this a bunch, but
Correct.
I mean, it's good for them. You want a license that you can't do much with, and now you have to pay to keep it up.
Right. I mean, I don't see how eliminating new licenses are gonna. I mean, because the stores are, the stores have been doing just fine without all these transporters. I can't assume there's going to be that much more work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, and that's, I don't get it. The transporting license thing does not, and it will have to make sense for the craft growing situation that's going on. But now they have to like win a craft grow place to give them the transportation rights. And how many, I just feel like the number is skewed. How many, I don't even know how many transport licenses there were.
200 or 300, if I remember
Shut
correctly.
the fuck up.
No,
there is not that many. They did not give that many fucking mom and pop shop cultivation licenses. Yeah, I would be shocked if it was that many. That's crazy.
I mean, we talked about it.
That's adding them, though.
I know, but I was
on top of how many, supposedly, though. That's the.
We've definitely talked about it in one of the. We went through the numbers of how many.
What the license.
I could have sworn it was like, it was a butt ton.
Yeah, that one says 33 again.
Yeah, it says 33 added. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was a ton. And I didn't think that but it doesn't matter. My whole point is cultivation centers to transportation licenses. I don't see there being enough work. How is there?
Well, that's what they were reporting on before, that there was no work. You know what I mean? We were reporting on that very early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it here.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. Yeah.
It don't really.
So that the Senate bill included House Amendment 04, which detailed 3 major changes to the Cannabis Regulation and Tax Act. Entries awarded a license under this article shall not be required to pay any fee. January 1st, 2023, January 1st, 2027, department shall not make the application available for transporting licenses. And then upon the completion of the disparity and availability study published by the Illinois Cannabis Regulation Oversight Officer under subsection E of section 545, The department may modify or change the licensing application process to reduce or eliminate barriers and remedy discrimination identified in the study. Okay. Yeah. So everybody's the Illinois Independent Craft Cannabis Transporters Association is thrilled at the passage. Of course they are. All right. Well, I mean, I guess let's see how it goes. What else is there really to say?
No, good luck.
It's artificial, and now you've required something else artificial, and it's probably still not going to work. What do you think? I don't know. Here's one I know you want to talk about.
Boom.
I know. This is from Axios Chicago. THC drinks are hitting the shelves at Chicago liquor stores due to a legal loophole. Why does it matter? Chicagoans are able to pick up a six-pack of THC seltzers outside of a licensed dispensary as local business owners cash in the buzzy beverage trend. You know, we got some fizzy back there, which is pretty good as far as cannabis drinks go.
Yep.
THC seltzer brand WYNK, I'm assuming that means wink.
Yep.
Has secured a deal with Louis Glunz, a beer distributor active in Chicago for over 100 years. And looks like they've got them in Binny's, Garfield's. What do you think? Good or bad, Dave?
I figure out what THC means, government. That's really it. What is the difference? I don't know the difference between when people say THCA and weed and not. Like, as somebody who molecularly understands the thing is just a thing,
right?
It's just a molecule.
Yeah, it's just that little tail that didn't curl over, right?
Oh, well, actually,
shout out to Alex.
In one of when THC is active, it just drops one of the little outside parts off of it, and then it becomes a better binder to the receptor. But the line is not drawn as to what THC means. Is it a molecule? Is it a entity? It just doesn't make any sense, because you can skirt by some regulations by being by the mathematics of it. Right. So if you twist the mathematics, then you fix it in the chemistry side of things and pound out what is the thing that you're not supposed to. I don't know how to explain it. THC is the thing that is illegal, tetrahydrocannabinol. But the
way
acidic
it's worded,
form,
right, is that it's
not illegal. So, but growing 0.03% or 0.3% or higher is illegal. But in processing, we've changed from, math to science, and then the law just gets confused. I think they're like, yeah, we didn't study that in our classes, so don't fucking confuse me. Are you making sure it's not 0.3% or higher? Yes. Okay, good. What do you got on the other side? It's not that THC shit, is it? No. Okay, then you're good. Well, then in that case, better on these people who are making drinks, because they found the loophole. Would you want to be the person that the government made an example out of? Abso-fucking-lutely not. That's the only thing with all of this. But at the same time, if you're not making millions and millions of dollars
already,
and you're not paying your taxes on it, because if you're paying taxes on it still, then I think you're probably good. I think they probably just wouldn't look into you much. But you gotta feel like somebody at the end of this thing takes a pretty good smack on the wrist.
Well, we'll see. So
or they just fucking figure it out. They change the dumbass wording.
Well, I mean, I think that's what we're going to see happen is that they're going to change the wording.
Yeah.
Because under the 20, I mean, we've talked about how the farm bill next year, you know what I mean? You and I both talked to people personally. We're like, oh yeah, I had a license and they're not redoing them because they're going to redo the farm bill next year. You know what I mean? So
This is the other thing that like really we should understand. Here's where the difference comes in, and here's why it's different. It takes a hay bale of hemp biomass to extract the same amount of THC, whereas it would take a single marijuana plant from a dispensary.
Correct.
So it makes sense to get your license because you can do it so much faster, and you can produce so much more in such a small environment.
Yep.
But if you are smart and you break down that hemp biomass into all of its different parts, including its molecular availability, then you're making use of the whole fucking plant. You're smart as shit. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant to me. And just because some people have to pay an exuberant amount of fucking taxes and don't know how to skirt by some of the things, now they're going, boo-hoo, you should pay more taxes too. Bro, the whole point you're pissed off is because you're paying too much. Now you want somebody else to pay more?
Yep.
It ain't like they're going to fucking decrease yours because they increase somebody else's. They just increase it. Man, calm down.
Am I right?
Just keep your nose to yourself. Do what you got to do. You were the one who picked the license. You could go back out and fucking figure out how to
but how many
hundreds of acres of fucking hemp to get 1 fucking pound of THCA, whatever the fuck you want to do. It's available. The world's out there. It's your oyster.
How many license holders that we have personally talked to recently in the many circles that we flirt in and out of? I think almost all of them have both legal and, gray market things going on. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. It feels like the license holders are made up by a bunch of different people all doing...
Yeah, it's just what level of taxes do you want to pay? But it's also too like, what level of regulation are you dealing with? Because from my understanding, I don't know any fucking, and let's not make it start happening, whatever. But I don't know any health inspectors that are going into hemp fucking places and checking on the hemp. I don't know any. Maybe the Department of Ag comes in and shit. I don't know what they have as far as regulations. We do know
there's some USDA certified stuff around. 100%. So obviously that stuff gets certified. But yeah, regular people, no, I think they just send in lab testing.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, let's ask our friends who work on farms.
Yeah, it's touche.
I might ask my buddy from Pheno Hound how they do it. He'll tell me.
They do a lot. I think there is a confusion going on with what does it mean to be THC or THCA or Delta 9 or Delta 8 or HHC or CBG or THCV. What the hell is the difference? And we all understand it to just be a molecular difference. It is different, right? But it could vary the same, especially if you try to make it act very the same.
This is funny. Just the way this is written, it's like it's all short blurbs. It's like, what's going on? Who's involved? What's next? The state is watching closely. Yeah, we know. There could be legislative movement to strengthen or relax the current cannabis laws in Illinois. It won't be relaxed. I bet
that's up or down.
I bet you money on it.
Yeah, no, I don't
not
see
a chance.
No,
not a chance.
No, I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah.
More revisions, not relaxed.
Yeah, there will be no relax. So, here is something interesting. This came out today. DEA places 6 cannabinoids in temporary Schedule 1. The administrator of the Drug Enforcement Administrative has issued a temporary order to schedule 6 synthetic cannabinoids in Schedule 1 under the Controlled Substances Act. The DEA said the action was based on a finding by the administrator that the placement of these 6 substances in Schedule 1 was necessary to avoid imminent hazard to public safety. Check it out. The 6 most dangerous cannabinoids in existence. The Elevated News podcast reveals all. The temporary order begins today and is effective until December 12th, 2025, and today being 2 weeks ago. The products are sold in gas stations, convenience stores, and smoke shops. They're sold as herbal incense and promoted as a legal alternative to cannabis. I've been in a lot of smoke shops. In fact, I'm in a smoke shop right now. I don't see any synthetic cannabinoids.
No, especially.
I mean, I don't see spice. I don't see any K2. I don't see any THC powdered mids. It's crazy. And a lot of the other glass shops also don't have that.
Have you ever heard of this shit to begin with?
Methyl 3,3-dimethyl 1H indazole 3-carbo amido butanoate. I bet my cousin.
Butanoate, but yeah, fucking dude,
whatever.
I'm just trying to put the words together.
Butano-8, Butano-9. I mean, does it really matter? It's a dangerous cannabinoid.
Yeah, I can't even read
other
any
names.
of these.
4-FMDMB.
Stick to the simple ones.
Boudica.
Fubica.
I'm going to say it's called Boudica.
Yeah, look at down at the bottom. We got Fubica.
Yeah, Fubica.
Yeah.
Methyl, ethyl, pentyl.
We got Boudica and Fubica.
Yeah.
And Pegaklone.
So these are all just chemically extracted or based cannabinoids.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like straight. Okay.
But this is right.
But these are dangerous because the notice describes synthetic cannabinoids as substances that are synthesized in laboratories that mimic delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol THC, the main psychoactive ingredient in cannabis. The DE said that from 2009, abuse of SCs has escalated in the United States, noting recent hospital reports, and said the products are negatively impacting communities. They also state there are no medical uses for these products. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't even fucking pronounce it. I wouldn't consume it. It's just here's the thing is when you regulate the plant that just naturally grows, the thing that people are actively seeking, and then you criminalize them and don't give them the freedoms to have access to or explore whatever the fuck they would like to, then they will make a MDMB, Furian, Kanaka, 4F, MB, for Boudica.
Oh, a Pegaclone.
Yeah, Pegaclone. Coumadin.
Coumadin Pegaclone.
Pegaclone.
That's it's my Little Pony name.
Oh, Kumo Pegaclone. It's really weird if that's actually what people are.
It says it
selling
comes in
you from
bulk powder from China. Like what? Who?
They're smuggled. They're smuggled. It's not even. There's nothing against it. It hasn't been classified, so they didn't have to smuggle it up until you just said this. But why would you synthesize? And I don't know. Maybe
it's like spray terps because they spray it on here.
Maybe you can turn something different, and I think that's what we were hearing our one friend say, that you can turn like some like cornstarch or something into a cannabinoid, a synthetic cannabinoid, if you wanted to do so, but
chemically.
Yeah, through chemical alteration, and that might be what Pinaka, Boudica, Kumo Pegaclone.
Man, I got some good Pegaclones from Goat Genetics the other day.
Damn, you know what I mean? Sheesh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't consume Kumo Pegaclone.
It doesn't taste like myrcene. It doesn't smell like beta carotene. It's not good for you.
No, it smells like that Boudica.
But This is probably people who can't or can't even afford meds.
So they go for Fubica.
Fubica. Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
MMD
okay. These words, and it's just blown up all over this page. So
the most dangerous synthetic cannabinoids. Please go to the link. I'll have the link in the description as always. Please go and look at these. These are great. These are fantastic. Well,
this is kind of wild.
Thanks, DEA.
You did a
yeah
bang up jaw.
Yeah, good job. Here's a good one.
Pegaclone.
So now,
oh, hey, this is cool.
Yeah,
this is what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, this may be true, but that doesn't. I mean, with Illinois' current landscape with the gun stuff, I don't see any movement on that. But it says here, marijuanamoment.net. Medical marijuana growers and caregivers can own guns, but patients can't, FBI says in little noticed memo. This is back in early December. Now, being a state-registered medical marijuana caregiver or grower doesn't automatically disqualify a person from owning a firearm, the FBI says, but merely possessing a medical cannabis card as a patient does render a person ineligible. And this is something that we've also experienced in Illinois. Amid the growing tension between federal gun policies and the ever-expanding state marijuana legalization movement, a little-noticed FBI memo from 2019 offers a lens into the Byzantine legal interpretations surrounding cannabis and firearms, an issue that's recently been raised in multiple federal court cases, Hunter Biden. The government... recent multiple federal court cases. The government has several different ways it assesses firearm eligibility in the context of cannabis, according to the memo from the FBI's Criminal Justice Information Services Division, which was briefly noted in a report from the New York Times last week. In some cases, that involves affirmatively restricting gun rights based on activities or documentation that doesn't necessarily mean a person is an active marijuana consumer. That means if you go into a dispensary and you give them your license, in some instances, that could be used against you if they are required to keep track of that, even if you didn't purchase anything. Right?
Yeah, but a lot of like dispensary checks of your information don't necessarily. I don't know, man. That's weird. Because also, too, according to the laws that we have in place, it would have to be a state agency that comes into the into your place. Like if the FBI came to a local dispensary, they can't be like, "We're the FBI, let us in."
Yeah,
they would. I would say, "Fuck you,"
right?
And then they would have to kick the fucking door in,
Yeah.
and then something would happen from it. Would be my guesstimation.
Yeah.
But they don't have a legal right in Illinois.
Correct.
Illinois state police can be the only officers inside of a dispensary, and
because they're state police.
Correct, because it is a state given license,
right?
So to protect over that.
Does that include DMV cops?
Are they state?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wow,
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't let them in.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No, I need a brown hat and a fucking state mobile.
Yeah, you got to be if a Texas Ranger shows up though.
Hey,
come on in. Come on in.
Come on back now, yeah.
So it says at their core, the federal rules say that being an unlawful user of a controlled substance, including marijuana, means a person cannot buy or possess a gun. Would-be gun purchasers are required to disclose such use as part of a Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives form before making a purchase, and lying on that form is a felony offense. Correct. The statute behind the prohibition has been challenged in a number of federal courts over the past couple of years, with more than one judicial body determining that their restriction is unconstitutional. Correct. The Department of Justice has steadfastly defended the ban. Incorrect. However, contending that medical marijuana patients and everyday consumers pose unique dangers to society that justify withholding Second Amendment rights. Incorrect.
The daggum.
Incorrect.
The potters.
Yeah.
The damn weed heads.
yeah, because like a lot of stoners are like, oh, dude, I'm like so empathetic and like, I just want to shoot
I don't even fucking, I don't know too many people that regularly consume cannabis that give a flying fuck about
yeah.
this shit, to be honest with you. Government and whatever, it's like, bro, just get off my fucking nuts. I'm gonna do what I want. And, if that's literally the determining factor of why people can't exist under the rules that everybody else can, is because they got a license that you're forcing them to pay for and whatever, they probably just won't get the fucking license.
Yep.
And there probably will continue to be a gray market because you restrict shit in the weirdest way. But hey, who am I?
Or they discourage you from getting a medical card in Illinois because then you cannot purchase guns from a gun store, and then instead you just continue to pay extra taxes recreationally.
Oh,
Maybe that's it.
that's what I think is a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good idea.
So says
Pick one or the other, you damn weeder.
yeah, no kidding. So a person's firearm eligibility is partly determined by whether their use of a controlled substance is deemed current. FBI says that's not limited to the use of drugs on a particular day or within a matter of days or weeks, but rather that the unlawful use has occurred recently enough to indicate that the individual is actively engaged in such contact. ATF has determined that the present time is represented by the time frame of within the past 12 months. So 1 year. So this is people that I know who have relinquished their medical cards so that they can continue to exercise their Second Amendment right of having a firearm. Had to wait a year after the firearm was, or their license was given up. Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, you know. So, yeah, 1 year.
Past my year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't buy nothing good anymore anyway.
I can.
Well,
I'm back to being a real American, you
Yeah.
know? I ain't one of them restricted ones.
let's see here. There was a part that talked about medical caretakers.
Oh,
Let me find that.
yeah, you're allowed to. And that's always been kind of the law and the truth of it to begin with. You have been allowed to be a caregiver and in possession up until probably even this note. You could argue that you were still in possession of firearms legally because the only way and the only place where you are committing a felony is when you lie on the background check
The
from
federal form.
Yeah, the federal
Correct.
form, which a private salesperson, I do not believe, has to do. Maybe they do.
They have to
Maybe
do.
you
They have.
lied to
There
them.
has to do. Yeah, I believe you have to go through the same thing. But you don't have to go through the
You have to
in
submit-
Illinois. Is you don't have to go through the state program. It's
yeah,
the federal program. That's the problem in Illinois. If you're a caretaker, you cannot get through the Illinois background check. They won't even do it because it already says that you're a caregiver. So they won't even start the process to get through the Illinois one that is required by Illinois to get to the federal one.
Nah.
Yes. I'm telling you from personal
As a
experience.
caregiver?
I'm telling you from personal experience. We have definitely had this conversation before.
Well, that's
I'm telling you
fucked up.
from personal experience.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, just
Yeah.
I think buying your shit private sale anyway is
Sure.
the better way to fucking go to begin with. But
And I think as I got to double check, but I think they're working to make that
impossible.
impossible.
Yeah,
So
I think you're right.
yeah,
I think also too that January 1st, 2024 has got some fucking weird laws coming.
coming. It's already here.
Well, yeah. If
already
we've made
here.
it there.
Yeah, if we make it there,
Yeah.
we'll make it. This will come out on time. Don't worry. It'll come out. Whether
Yeah,
we're
and if
around
it comes
or not.
out, I mean,
If
in
we're wrong.
2 weeks from now, Monday, I think, is Christmas.
Is it? So is this the Christmas episode?
This might be.
Well, let's see. So I got one for there. Oh yeah, this is the Christmas episode.
Yeah, so we're still
Man, we got a whole week. Well, we gotta re-record this whole thing. I can't believe we started off with New Year wishes and everything.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, happy Easter. So it says here, notably, the memo does carve out certain exceptions to its cannabis rules for gun ownership. This is federal, mind you, clarifying that possession of marijuana is not disqualifying if the person is identified as a medical cannabis caregiver, grower, provider, etc. Use of the marijuana or other controlled substance must be established for the prohibition to exist, the FBI says. False. Similarly, an individual may possess a medical marijuana handler's card as a caregiver, grower, or provider for another party, but would not be disqualified unless use was established.
Yeah,
Probably shouldn't do any drugs on camera.
Yeah, prove that.
Yeah, it's all AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, hey, there's regulation. But this has been a toad line, at least in Illinois, from literally the beginning. I've heard stories. I don't know the truthfulness, but why would somebody come up and say the shit? But where there were people knocking on doors, local governments, I believe, knocking on doors saying, we know that you have a medical license and we know that you have firearms, so hand them over.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's stories of it. And but I believe that there were, I don't know if it went to court or not, but I believe there were some altercations over
some Ruby Ridge type altercations.
Well, just more or less like you were overstepping your boundaries. I don't know if it ended up, like I said, getting up to an appeals level of federal or not. Who knows? This come from 2019, so it could have easily happened. Plus, I've been out of the
game for a minute.
Yeah, it's been 2-3 years.
So here's some stuff. Last month, for example, the Justice Department told the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit Court that historical precedent comfortably supports the restriction. Cannabis consumers with guns pose a unique danger to society, the Biden administration claimed, in part because they're unlikely to store their weapon properly. Yeah, I please, I would like to see the data points on that.
Well, yeah, I can't even fucking make something funny out of it. I was gonna try, but yeah, it seems like a this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. You know, like that kind of that just propaganda bullshit, you know? I don't know. Whatever. I just know what the regulations are, and if you feel like pushing them, then that's on you, but you understand that there's a straightforward path set out for you. And then, like, that's the whole thing. Get the medical license and then forfeit your right to firearms and pay less taxes, or pay more taxes, keep your firearms, and don't tell anybody you consume cannabis when it comes to the point.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't start recording people randomly in public.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're not carrying your gun around all willy-nilly.
Don't bring your guns to town, son. Leave your guns at home, Bill.
Oh.
Don't take your guns to town.
Oh.
In August, meanwhile, ATF sent a letter to Arkansas officials stating that the state's recently enacted law permitting medical cannabis patients to obtain concealed carry gun licenses, quote unquote, creates an unacceptable risk and could jeopardize the state's federally approved alternative firearm licensing policy. You know, in Arkansas, THCA hemp is now legal as well to be sold in stores, and I definitely purchased some while I was there.
Nice.
To support dope people.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Shortly after Minnesota's governor signed a legalization bill into law in May, the agency issued a reminder emphasizing that people who use cannabis are barred from possessing and purchases guns and ammunition until federal prohibition ends. Rescheduling is not ending prohibition. FYI. In 2020, ATF issued an advisory specifically targeting Michigan that requires gun sellers to conduct federal background checks on all unlicensed gun buyers because it said the state's cannabis laws had enabled habitual marijuana users and other disqualified individuals to obtain firearms illegally.
Yep.
Meanwhile, attorneys for President Joe Biden's son Hunter, who has been indicted on a charge of buying a gun in 2018 at a time when he's disclosed that he was an active user of crack cocaine, have previously cited the court ruling on the unconstitutionality of the federal ban, arguing that it applies to their client's case as well. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
man.
That's just...
And it just goes on and on and on with the government.
contradictions and the... Yeah.
Yeah. 4 hours ago, same thing.
Yeah.
Attorneys for President Joe Biden's son Hunter are calling on a federal court to dismiss a case against their client over gun charges, arguing that the prosecutors are applying an unconstitutional statute that would criminalize millions of marijuana consumers acting in compliance with state law if broadly enforced. And this is a brand new thing that just came out after I did the prep sheet.
Yeah. And that's a wild stance to take. I did drugs, I know, and I did something bad, but you better make sure if I get caught that everybody else that does it gets caught too.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
I mean,
some weak ass shit.
That is not supporting dope people. That is not a rising tide raises all ships.
He's a fucking crackhead, bro.
No, well, that's just everybody in general who goes, well, they have it, so, I can't have it. Or we have it bad, so they need to have it bad.
It's the same shit with the fucking bullshit. Taxing shit.
It's the same thing. It's ridiculous. Yeah, do better.
Yeah, well.
Do better.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's the Christmas episode.
Yeah. Merry
We started
Christmas.
off, it was the New Year's episode, and now it's the Christmas episode.
Oh, how time is going backwards. I like that. I'm like Benjamin Button right now.
What do you hope for? What do you hope to get for Christmas?
Just lots of hugs.
Lots of hugs
and good food.
And good food.
I'm not a gifter. I like to give things, I like to make gifts for people and such. I'm okay with that, but I don't like getting things. I'm not, I just want to spend time with my people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I hope I have a good harvest.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, by the way, hey, before you go, I got to grab something for you while we're on cam. Because I saw our buddy Marky today. He wanted me to make sure.
Look how cute that is.
Oh, I told him that's exactly what you were going to say. You should touch the trikes on these.
Look at how fucking cute those little guys.
You should touch the trikes on those. There's 3 different ones, and then you should aerate it, and then you should smell them. They're all different. Heck yeah. I was
wow.
Yeah. These are week 5 or 6.
Oh, I like that.
There's some citrusy. There's some
good.
Hawaiian punch type stuff. Yeah, I was over there rubbing it. He's like, here, rub this. Here, touch this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Let's go with this one here. Jesus.
Yeah. Is that the citrus one?
Jeez.
It's like citrus up front?
God, they all...
I'll know. There's one that's in the front. Yeah, this is it. That's Chicago cake.
Jesus.
That's Chicago cake, and that's with peach ferment, and these 2 are Chicago cake with guava ferment. That's the difference. Ferments in an earth box, same soil, same tent. 2 of them are running guava, one is running peach. Heck yeah.
That's super cool.
Cool.
Hey, keep on doing cool things, cannabis world.
Hell yeah.
I need to keep on consuming Cool cannabis.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got another week on the dry, and we'll get to smoke down.
Nice.
See what's up. Yeah, it should be good.
I'm into it.
All right. Anything else for today?
Thank you all. Honestly, happy holidays.
Yeah.
I hope you are safe and happy and healthy and loved.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day. We love you all. Peace.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.